located immediately after the comma. Okay? This will make sense as we do some examples. Okay, now for coordinating conjunction, there are only 7 kinds. Now you can also call this coordinating conjunction, or you can call it a linking word. I remember we did that in grammar, we called it a linking word. But there are only 7 kinds of coordinating conjunctions or linking words. Do either of you guys know what words these are?
There's like an and there's a semicolon.
Good. So basically, it follows an acronym. Each letter stands for one coordinating conjunction. Do you guys know what those would be for each letter?
There's and,
Yeah,
there's
or good.
um, there's a semicolon.
So no semicolons. It would just be, so we got and, or. Now we're looking for F, N, B, Y, and S.
Cause
Close. This one would be but. Okay, so all of them would be these. For, which usually means because when it's being used, but we don't say because, we say for. And, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Okay? So those are the only linking words that we're going to be using. Okay? So I'm going to give you an example of 2, and then I'm going to get you guys to help out with examples to get used to them. Okay? So I'm going to do for and the word and for linking words. Okay? So I'm going to do, remember, it usually means because. So the car stopped working, for it ran out of gas. So we have the comma and we have the conjunction. So this is one independent clause. The car stopped working. Makes sense. This is the second independent clause. It ran out of gas. The for and the comma are not considered part of the clauses. They're considered the bridge. So this is one independent clause and one independent clause here. So the car stopped working, for it ran out of gas, because it ran out of gas. Okay, another one. He bought a bag of chips and later he bought a Coke. We could just say, and he bought a Coke. Now, the other thing you need to note here is, does this have a subject and a verb, this independent clause?
Yes.
Okay, Samuel, what's the subject and the verb in that clause?
the subject is the bag of chips and the verb is bought.
So the verb is bought, but the subject is not bag of chips. What would be the correct subject, Ryan?
The verb,
Pardon?
the subject's he.
Exactly. So he is the subject. Remember, we looked up here, Samuel. Subject is usually located around the beginning of the sentence, right? The other way to do that is to look at the verb bought. You can say who bought? He bought. Not the bag of chips bought, but who is carrying out the action of the verb? It's he, right? Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to get used to these, and I want you guys to write out a sentence each for each one of these, because I want to see, the only way we can see if you understand this is by writing them out. You're going to have homework today, but I don't want you guys doing the homework unless I know that you understand this principle properly for compounds, okay? Okay, so Samuel, you're going to do a sentence for each. But don't start yet. And And then Ryan, you're gonna do one for each. So this should only take about 3 to 5 minutes. And then we'll take a look at them to see if you guys did them correctly, okay? If you have to look at the notes that we have above, do that. But I want to make sure that you guys can write these well.
I'm done too.
Okay, so let's look at these. I'll just do it in suggested edits. Was there any one or two that you found more difficult than others, Ryan?
Probably the hardest one for me is like 4.
And what word was that? Oh, 4. Yeah, okay. I thought you were saying the number. Sorry. What about you, Samuel?
Repeat what you said.
What was a more difficult one for you?
I don't know. They were all
Challenging?
no, they were all like the same, but I think I took Nor took a bit more time.
Okay. Okay, so let's take a look for Samuel's there. Okay, for the man ate the cake. Sorry, the man ate the cake for it was delicious. Okay, good. The book was amazing and it was surprising. Good. So you have the subject. Excellent. Okay, the man was not eating the cake, nor was he eating the French fries. Good. Now, where's the subject in the second clause there, Samuel?
Uh,
It's a bit more tricky.
French fries.
So what's the subject there?
I think it's the French fries.
Say that again. I can't hear you there.
Is it I think it's he.
Exactly. That's it. It's he. Even though it's not at the beginning, that's the placement of it when you're using nor. Okay. Good. Rick got in trouble for cheating, but he got away. So we wouldn't say he got away by bribing the principal. He got away. We're missing one part. What needs to go in there after away?
Uh, I don't know.
He got away with it, right?
Yeah.
He got away with it means he didn't get in trouble. Okay. If you just say he got away, it just means he left. That's it. Okay, so you've got everything good there. Or I had to choose between eating pizza or some rice. So this one is incorrect. Don't change it. I want you to tell me. I'll change it, but why is that incorrect?
But there isn't like a subject on the second one.
That's correct. What else is it missing?
A verb on the second one.
Exactly. No subject and no verb. Okay. So one way we could change this would be okay. Oh, I had to choose between eating a pizza. Okay. Let me just see here. I can say this. Let me just say. That one's a tough one to kind of change it to, but we could say I had to study or I had to get a job. So we have this is not the best one, but it just shows that you have to have a subject and a verb. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yet she forgot to grab her coat, yet it turned out not to be cold. Okay, that's good. You got the subject and verb both. They brought in the worst project ever, so the teacher gave them an F. Good. Teacher gave, good. Both of those are good, so good job. Just had a few changes to that one. Okay, Ryan, he walked slowly for he didn't want to wake up the sleeping dog. Good. Subject and verb in both. He bought a watermelon and bought a spoon. So what's wrong with this one? This one is not correct. Why is that not correct, Ryan?
I don't know.
It's missing something in this clause. What is it missing?
Maybe like the subject.
Good. So we can just fix that by saying, and he bought a spoon. Okay.
Yeah.
This watermelon is not sweet, nor is it juicy. Good. So we have it as a subject. We have the verb here, so the reverse, but still correct. This watermelon is not good, but was a very reasonable price. So you have the subject, you have the verb, but there's something wrong with the sentence. What is it that's wrong with the sentence? I'll mark it correct just in terms of like being compound, but what's wrong with it?
But it was at a very reasonable price.
Has to do something with the verb tense. What's wrong with the verb tense?
It was past tense.
So what do we need to fix?
Was.
Exactly. We need to change was. So we need to change this. Don't
Oh.
you change it. I'm just going to change that. You can switch that back. Just so we can see the original and the revised. Okay.
Okay.
So we can say, yeah, you can either change that one or you can change the other one, change this one to is. Okay. Montaigne